She's got a cat.
All right, let's get underway. I've got a lot of stuff.
That's fine.
Right, Charlie.
She's and
All right, let's start with the pledge.
I wasn't gonna lead him till that dog come up out of his prone position, but he's up in the ditch now.
Let me put his hand over his heart.
Join me in the flag. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
now the Texas flag.
Under the Texas flag, I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible. Thank you, Courtney. All right, I'll start down through member concerns here, and then I'll ask Jerry Russell to lead us in prayer. If you'll look this list over, and I'm going to add several. Any change in Julie Winter
yes,
for the better?
for the better. She had her drain removed yesterday from the lymph node surgery, and she had a fever, but the fever's gone, and the drains, the fluid stopped. But she does go in tomorrow. She goes in tomorrow to get the pathology report from the first surgery to find out if the cancer was in the fluid and what the next course of action is. Chemo or radiation.
Okay, and she's already had,
Ovarian cancer, and she had double mastectomy and lymph node removed with that cancer.
so the cancer has kept on spreading. She's got that bad kind that,
The BRCA gene.
what's it called?
The BRCA gene.
Okay, she's got that gene that Angelina Jolie carried, and so she had a double mastectomy just so she wouldn't have cancer. So that's what this girl had.
Judy was going to have a double mastectomy without any cancer, but they found a spot they wanted to check before they did the mastectomy, and she already had ovarian. She could have a double mastectomy.
Okay,
They went in to do the hysterectomy as a precautionary, and like Bobby said, when they went in there, she already had cancer.
okay. This is a young lady,
44.
44, got kids. She's very athletic, very good health, but she's had a battle on her
She's
hands.
a little over 5 foot, maybe, I don't know, maybe not even 90 something.
5 foot, 90 pounds.
Jogs.
If you look at me, you get kind of a picture. 5 foot, 90 pounds.
Picture really good health, other than.
All right, so let's keep that girl and all her family in our prayers. Wanda in D.C., y'all know that Wanda was in ICU recently from a fall. they're back home now and could use some food brought in. So if you'd like to take some food in for DC and Wanda, it would be deeply appreciated.
Where do they live now?
2 miles
Out,
north.
Are they still live on the corner? You turn?
yeah, it's on the corner where you turn back east, isn't it?
Steve?
Yeah. No, it's not that far.
That's too far. Just past the country club.
Is it on the same road that Pat and F,
Where they live?
where you turn to Pat and F, or is it connected?
Same road.
Same road.
If it's the same road to Pat and F, it's 409. Okay, Billy Tarpley was in pretty bad shape Sunday morning, but they've decided it was a virus going around down there at the nursing home. So we hear she is better. And then keep looking over the list. There we are at Barry Scott. Y'all know he died last night. That funeral will be Thursday, 10 o'clock, out at Pioneer Methodist. Burial in White Church Cemetery. If you want to go to the visitation, it is tomorrow night at Starbucks, 6 to 8. Monette had expressed to Misty that those ladies might have a problem with enough food. So if anybody wants to help on the food for that, they'll have the funeral, they'll go to White Church Cemetery, they'll come back to Pioneer to eat lunch. The church will buy a chicken, and Benny will furnish them a ham. So they're mainly going to need desserts and side dishes, vegetables, that sort of thing.
What time did you say the service?
10 Thursday. They'll feed them after the funeral and after they go to White Church Cemetery, which, unless they got some long-winded preacher, shouldn't be past 11:30.
They hadn't quite
There's quite a bit of family. You know, they had several kids. And it hadn't been long ago, the one from Washington was here.
He's coming in tonight.
He's coming in tonight. Okay.
The Pioneer Church doesn't have a lot of members.
No, it's a very.
Okay. How many will that church hold?
I don't feel a hold over 100, and then they can put chairs up in the dining area. They got a bunch of extra chairs.
Okay, good. 'Cause I think there'll be a pretty good turnout.
And one of the family members asked last night if the AC was working at the church. The preacher was there, and he goes, "Is there something wrong with the air conditioner that I don't know about?" And
I'll find out tonight if I
one of the family members, but he said it's working fine.
Okay, good. We like AC.
Yeah,
We're spoiled.
especially on a 98-degree day.
It'll help having it at 10 in the morning.
Yeah.
Okay, and on that note, we've lost a 42 player. And that's going to run us short on 42 players. That's the table that Philip and Royce and Della sit at. And we're going to be short a 42 player. So if any of y'all like to play 42, start coming on Friday at noon. We play from noon to 5.
If Barry can arrange it, he'll be back.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Well, Monette had always said if she went first, Barry would schedule her funeral around 42. He loved 42 more than anybody I know.
The Fridays up here was about the only place beside the doctor he's gone to.
Yeah, this was it. And when the doctor told him that he was through going, Barry told him, "I'm not through with 42. And it's amazing. Monette wondered at times how it was he always got better on Friday. But he always got better. And a lot of that could be mental. You know, mind over matter. it's amazing what a powerful thing this is up here.
She said he didn't take his medicine on Thursday night, but was trying to help him sleep specifically because he wanted to be at 42 this past night.
And if I wasn't here by 10 minutes to 12, he started getting fidgety and nervous and saying, "Where's Butch? Where's Butch?"
And she said they may, by habit, just show up on Friday because they're so used to coming.
Okay, so there you are. We need somebody to take Barry's place, and the other table was short one last week. We could use at least 2, 3 more 42 players.
The more the better. More fun we have.
Anything new on Sabrina? All right, Sabrina doing well. And she hadn't had her reconstruction yet, right? Okay, so she's still in the healing, and that takes some time.
He's having a lot of heart.
Okay. All right, Chris Goat, still in Afghanistan. That's the Cox's grandson. Sarah Lucas, resting, waiting. They're trying to build up her heart for a heart surgery.
Talked to Teresa just last week. And that's what she was saying, that they're still trying to get it strong so they can do a pacemaker and defibrillator.
She and Harrison,
Yeah, she was there. It's been a while. She was there.
So did she have a heart attack? That's the first I've heard of it.
her blood pressure was starting.
She was in bad shape when she got to the hospital. And the doctor operated, I believe we got this right, Jerry, operated on one side of the heart that he could get to. The other side of the heart he couldn't get to. And they were going to have to send her to Dallas for that. But her heart wasn't strong enough to send her to Dallas.
Sarah and his grandmother Russell and my grandmother Bill's sisters.
Oh my, you're kin to the Russell.
I am proud of it.
All right.
You like that answer?
Wow, good deal. Okay. Mary Jo Briley lost her son-in-law recently. I can't remember his name, but if any of you know the family, it's the one that lived in Odessa. And by the way, he had Alzheimer's pretty bad and was getting even worse. His daughter couldn't even leave the house. So this is another one of those, you know, you're sad about it, but it's a blessing. And then I've added Bill Scott, Helen Benson's son-in-law. They're probably going to have to put him in some kind of care facility. Okay. Okay. All right, they have put him somewhere. Anybody know where? All right. And then I didn't put it on here. Some old boy wrote LaRose Arrington on here.
Oh, no. Oh.
Well, we don't know who did it, and we won't know who it is that put it in the Merkel mail.
Oh, wow.
He'll probably get killed.
She had 2 units of blood Friday, and she had a unit of iron yesterday. And will have them each Monday for 6 weeks.
All right. She's losing blood, not making blood, and iron has been a problem for a long time. As June said, they're give her iron for several weeks, and they've done that before. All right. Any of these other names we need to talk about?
You can take me off there this week.
Okay, just for this week, Butch is going to behave and do well. So we're going to mark him off for 1 week. There you go. Let's put Nancy down. There you go. All right. Anybody else we need to add? Okay. I'm going to get off. If y'all make sure you read the minutes and the financial, that's where we're going as soon as we pray. And Jerry, let's go ahead and do that now.
Let's pray. Father, we give you
each of us have. We pray that you'll give these folks that we just talked about better health. Know that some have lost their friends and loved ones, and we'll miss the Scotts. And be with each of them, and Bill Scott is changing where he lives. We won't be happy, I'm sure, about that. Maybe bless his life. We can to him better there. Pray that you be with the Rose. All of these that have been named. Right, Judy doing a little better. Pray that you be with her every day. And we just pray for her own health, and she'll keep us healthy until you take us. Father, we do thank you for having the opportunity to come do the business of the museum, and we thank you for Larry and the others that came to it, and your work. We thank you for loving us. Give us now as we go through this meeting. Give us glory for you, Christ.
Amen. Thank you, Jerry. Yes. Go right ahead.
Some time ago, Larry sent me a list of several of you that had donated to the museum in memory of our daughter. And he sent me that, and I lost it. So I'm sorry, I meant to send you a note, but I want to tell all of you that I really appreciate you doing that. And thank you very much. That was my daughter, and that's God.
Thank you, Robert. Before we move on, while y'all are looking at minutes and financial, we've had a number of items come in today. We've got these bubble top frames, these old picture frames over here. Those came in from Brenda Smith. And if y'all have noticed in here, we've got several of those, all 3 or 4, I guess, with old pictures in them. One is, there's the Rineys over there. And then we did have Corky's granddad in there, but I think he left. Oh, is he back? Okay, well, he left, but he came back. And then we've got Buttman's. We've got one in there. We don't even know who it was. Somebody bought it at a garage sale in Trent, but it's one of those old bubble top frames with an old woman in it. And we just took it, hung it on the wall because it's antique.
Well, I have no idea who the gentleman is in that one frame, because that picture was there when I bought it.
Okay. So we've got,
I got
I
grandpa.
bet somebody knows who.
I don't even remember where I bought it.
Oh, you didn't buy it, wasn't in your house? Now, that?
No, I bought it at an antique sale, probably. I don't know. I've had it for 20 years at least.
okay, then Brenda also brought these old S&H green stamps and Frontier stamps. Is that what you said, Frontier?
Yeah, there's one book of Frontier. They were in my mother's cookie jar.
All right, out of Mama's cookie jar. I've still got a radio I bought with S&H green stamp. Then we've got this Omar Burleson's procedure book for the House of Representatives. Many of you probably remember Omar. He served our district for many, many years. That's been some time ago, back before Stenholm.
Stenholm just what?
Stenholm replaced Omar. And wasn't Omar from Anson? Okay, he was from Anson. Anyway, it's even got his name stamped on it. And this came from a friend of Becky's, and she thought this is where this belonged. And we hear a lot of that. People in Abilene, when they think about a place to go with things, they think of us. We hope we keep that going. Our ads on the KTAP television are about to start up again in about 2 weeks. And I want to ask how y'all feel about that. Roger Todd said, let's run them on KTAB Daybreak. Well, that's a good place to start. But how many of y'all watch KTAB Daybreak every morning? There's not anybody in here. 6 o'clock, I believe. No, it comes on 5:30.
We know it's
Oh, okay. Corky said, never mind. We already know it's here.
Most people, I believe, watch the 6 o'clock news. Working people don't get home in time to watch the 5:30.
Well, I'll tell you what we did on the 27 ads Pat and I ran with our Christmas money. We told them spread them out and put as many as you can on the news. The lady said, we'll do what we can, but those on the news are quite a bit more money. I said, well, just do what you can, and she got over half of them with the news. Now one day they skipped me at 12 o'clock noon. I watched to make sure our ads got on there.
I've been here.
I've seen some.
Good.
I've seen some.
Good. Okay, well those ran out, and so I'm going to suggest to Holly then, if y'all are in agreement, we kind of spread these out a little more, especially hit the newscast when we can. All right.
We went on that trip up to Kansas City. Bill was here and Miss Odie was on there with us. We allowed them to eat lunch with them the first day out, or the second day. And I thank her for sending all this stuff.
Good deal.
Real nice day.
Good. Pat, would you bring me a beer, some water, or Coke or something, please?
How about this? Yeah.
All right. Here is a real prize.
I got that for minutes, guys.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate it. Here is what I consider a real prize. Picture the Merkel Depot. We didn't have one. I've had people come in looking for a picture of the Merkel Depot. I've had people come in wanting to know where it is. I said, well, knowing Merkel, they tore it down. And I hear that's what they did. Merkel just destroys history. I mean, that's been the life goal, it looks like. Tear it down, build a metal building. But anyway, this is a prized possession. We got the depot, we got the old, looks like it's going to be Edward Street. Yeah, there's the bank. And Jenny's Lumber Yard at G.W. Boyce and kind of what we call Front Street. These came in from Robert Berry. So those are prize pictures. Yeah, Old Highway 80.
Well, I think that what was, Old Highway 80 to
Bankhead. It was the Bankhead Highway.
Yeah, part of the old bankhead. And then another thing we've got, I just thought y'all be interested in some of the new things we got before I forget them. We got this little deal here. See, it's kind of a puzzle when you look at it and you try to figure it out. Somebody tell me what that's for.
I think is it one of those that you stare at long enough, and if you stare at it long enough, the picture comes.
Yeah, I've stared at it for hours and it hasn't been.
You haven't done anything for hours.
Maybe it's
You haven't done anything for
You
hours.
have to have a perceptive brain.
Oh, you gotta have perceptive brain. That left me out.
Let dude look at it.
Now, did I get the right answer yet?
I don't know, I haven't looked at it to see.
I don't believe it's one of those.
Obviously, none of y'all have those fancy new phones.
Is it a?
There's a fancy new phone that you use those, I can't remember the name of those silly phones. But anyway, you shoot a picture of this with that fancy phone and it tells you what it is.
Oh,
This came from the gifted and talented kids. We've got them all over the museum. This one tells the story of the quilts by Kylie Wade. We had a teacher come in here and told her kids, I want you to pick some things out of the museum. And the teacher was Her husband's an ag teacher. Nah, he's been gone a long time.
What?
Naren, JT Naren. That's it, Naren. Yeah, all right. JT Naren's wife. I better write that, JT Naren. Then I wonder why I wrote it. Anyway, she brought her kids in here to pick project. Kylie picked the quilts. We've got 6 of these in here. They're scattered around the museum. That's what you do. Shoot it with your phone. Unless, when I buy a fancy phone, I just tell them all I want is to talk. So mine's not very fancy.
So it's fancy just like yours.
All right. I don't want the fancy stuff. I just talk. And I have trouble talking. Okay.
Larry, you can load an app on your smartphone that's a barcode scanner.
All right. Here it is. You load the app on the smartphone. But Nancy and I have dumb phones. So it ain't going to work.
I probably got one.
But there are people structures every day and it springs into 8 pieces. All you gotta do is snap everything back together. It just
Wow.
I was in the mall one day and I walked at Sears, and right there to the left is AT&T. I didn't know how to put it together, so I went in there. These girls, I said, "Can you put this all back together?" And they said, "Yes." And they said, "Can we get you a note?" I said, "I don't want to know." They said, "What do you do all day?" I didn't play the games. What did I do all day?
There you go.
That's bad.
Now, this is a commentary on today's world.
Yeah, that's sad.
These kids are on those stupid things all day long, even sitting next to each other, talking to each other on. What has this world come to? That is stupid. Oh, well. Okay, Robert gives another good example. Why will the nurses not take care of you in the nursing home? They're up there doing this too. All right, moving right along, I'll save the next sermon. Look over the minutes from May. Any changes, additions, corrections? They stand approved. Financial. Look over all that money. Look over all that money somebody spent. By the way, look at memorials. $700 came in. That's a blessing. Memorials have really helped us out.
Oh, Larry, you may already know, we don't have a fixed budget. Who's in charge of that?
Nobody's in charge of it.
So we need to go slide.
All right, we'll get some paper plates.
Little bit.
Okay. Moving right along, look at the expenses. Anybody want to ask a question?
That's not here, so
Yeah, ask all the questions you want. And on down to memorials, and I'm going to have a bunch to add in just a minute. Pat made a mistake. Do not tell her I said that. Do not tell her. She, yeah, right. Put down the Merkel mail. Pat made a mistake.
Oh, man.
She is so conscientious about this job. And we have never before had a treasurer that worked as hard at it as she does. And we've never had one that would put out a monthly deal like this. And in fact, this was Wayman Adcock's idea several years ago. And what he said was, let's put one out once in a while. Pat took it up, put one out every month since for the last several years. So she is a jewel. She's got discouraged a couple of times and told me she's quit. I said, well, it'll be a sad day down there without you and me. We'll see who runs it. I just think we couldn't replace it. But anyway, and I don't know, here's one problem. I accept my part of the blame. Pat carries this deal up here on Friday, hands it to me and says, look at that. Well, I look at it and say, looks good. But after I picked it, she brought me this yesterday. And I sat here looking at it and I thought, we had a lot more memorials than that on Esther Carson. So I went and pulled my sheets where I mail out the notices to the families. And she left about a bunch of them off, and so I'm going to read those. I don't know what happened. He just wants some attention. Anyway, you see what we got there on Esther Carson, and then here are the ones that got left off. Lita Hetty, Tessie Warren, John and Joe Seal Brady, Dusty and Bonnie Brotherton, Nanette Thompson, Corey Gerlach and family, Amanda Kotrick and family. So you see we were pretty safe, except Lita's here, so now she knows. And I'll put John and Joe Seal in the paper. They won't know. But anyway, I have no idea how they got left off. I just know Pat's got a ton of paperwork, and somehow it happened. But these names will be in the paper, and the cards have already been sent to the family on all these names.
You're talking about memorials?
Yeah, these are memorials. On Esther Carson, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 names got left off.
She put one next month.
Oh, they'll be in this week's paper. Next week's paper. I can't get it in. The deadline was a while ago. But they'll be in next week's paper.
Now, is that, does this include Paul Carson and the other son that came in here last Friday?
No, he said if I had your address, I'd send you a memorial. I wanted to be a smart aleck and say, well, give me a check. Pat asked to thank me later for not being a smart aleck. She said his wife left the checkbook in Washington or Oregon or somewhere.
And he wanted to pay with a credit card.
Right.
He first
Yeah,
did.
wanted to pay the credit card, and we don't take credit. So, over the years, we can't see that it'd be worth us having a credit card.
Well, Paul told him, I will give you the money and then you write me a check later. So I didn't know if they did that or not.
No, they didn't do it. I gave the museum address, and he said expect a check. So it'll probably be on next month. And by the way, Ann is still telling people. For example, this Dusty Brotherton, I believe, sent $100. Nanette Thompson, $150. These were friends of Esther's. And Ann still, when somebody says, what can I do? Write a check to the museum. And it's still paying off. So, I don't know why Ann's quit coming. We missed her, but she hadn't been here in 4 months. Well, that's basically what I had to say about that. Look it over. Any questions on the financials? Going once, going twice, gone. All right, financials approved. June birthdays, look it over. Did we leave anybody out? Lands ought to be a few more Russells, shouldn't there? June's a good month for the Russells. Did we not? I'm going to say we didn't leave anybody out. Nobody's screaming.
I need to renew my membership thing. Mine's the 6th.
Okay. And you pay any time now. They're due August 1. And the June anniversary, was there a question? You want a lifetime or a month, yearly? Lifetime's $100. Yearly is $12. And we're to the point now, and Corky the prophet predicted this would happen. Nearly everybody's taking a lifetime. So we don't have as much money coming in yearly as we used to. And that's one reason I'm so thankful that we've got the slack picked up with memorials and donations and the meals that we have and renting the building out. And we did what they said could not be done. This museum has run 9 years on donations, gifts. Everybody told me it couldn't be done. My dad told me it couldn't be done. The county and city paid for his museum. And now here we are after 9 years, the EDC is going to start helping us. It's a long time coming, but I'm thankful for it. And in about 2 weeks, we just came to KTAB television for me to change the ad. The ad ends open, the old ad ended open Tuesday, Friday, Saturday. It'll now be open Tuesday through Saturday. And that'll be starting around the middle of June. I'll coordinate with Joe and with KTAB, and we won't start running an ad till we're ready to start opening on Wednesday and Thursday. Look over June anniversaries. Did we miss any? That's a good sign. There's not as many mistakes since Mary took this job back over. I have decided that's why she gave it up for a while, so I could mess it up so bad and make her look good. And I always left somebody else. You ought to see her book. She keeps up with everything on. It's like a science. Carolyn.
Jerry and my anniversary is on the 22nd.
22nd. We moved you back to the 7th.
You can have two.
Oh, yeah. Tell Jerry to take you out twice. Yeah. Thank you, Carolyn.
You deserve it, Carolyn.
But let's ask Jerry.
She deserves the celebrations, and 2 nights she doesn't have to cook.
There you go. Yes.
That's all right. We didn't see it, did we?
Oh, okay. Joe has had a date set on his surgery. It's June 30. What day of the week's that? I did have a calendar up here and somebody stole it.
Our next meeting's on the 1st, so it must be on Monday.
That would be right. Your surgery's on Monday. Thank you, Carolyn. Okay, our thanks to June's group for refreshments. Regular and substitute museum workers. Yeah, those refreshments. They look good. I got busy and never made it back there, but they look good from here. And I've noticed several people smacking their lips. Lee Dietz for working 2 days while Joe and Larry were out of town. Joe went to a retreat with his grandson. Larry went to get his due. By the way, dude's working out great. The only problem, he's hard-headed.
Well, y'all get along real well.
Thank you. Didn't take that long to rub off on that dog, did it?
I think he already had it.
Thank you, Lyle.
Boy, I hurt his feelings yesterday, too. I only tell him twice to do what I tell him. You know, he's supposed to respond on a command. We were going up to town to run 3 errands, and I said, in the car. He took off running. Wanted to play. Came out, brought me something to play with. I said, no, in the car. He ignored me, so I put him on the porch. We went to town. Last I looked up, he was looking out the door, wondering where we was going without him. So I showed him, came back home, and he pooped on the porch. Yeah, I showed him. And honestly, I think he was laughing while I cleaned that up. I'll tell you what, though, he is doing what he's supposed to do. It's amazing. He alerts on me 5, 6 times a day that my sugar's low or high. So it is amazing.
If you're in the bathroom, you know,
Yeah, and they gave me another problem. He's a tattletale. He comes over and tells me my sugar's bad. I'm busy and I just ignore him, go on what I'm doing. He goes over there and tells her my sugar's bad. Tattletale. I'm glad he doesn't hear me. He'll poop on my porch again. Yeah. All right. And by the way,
Buy him a scooper and teach him how to clean up his own mess.
that's what I need to do. You know, if I tell him to go bring me my blood monitor, pressure check monitor, he'll go get it. But I haven't taught him to go get the scoop and clean it up. That's a thought. By the way, Lee did something else. He worked a Friday at Jerry and Carolyn's Car Club. Is that from Holly? Where's that from? Hanson. They had called and wanted to come that night at 6. Well, we closed it. That might have been Saturday. It was Friday or Saturday. Anyway, we closed, and so Lee came back and opened up, and they donated $107. So we appreciated that. And,
They all had really good things to say about the interviews, and most of them did, even though it was here.
that's why it's a lot of trouble for somebody to come back and open up, but that's why we do it. Because you just figure, I don't know how many people there were that night. Were there 50 of them, Lee?
A little over 30, 32 or 3.
Wow, that's a big group.
Yep.
See, 30, 32 people. Every one of them will go tell 3 or 4 friends. That gets the word out. Okay, next item. We finally got some work out of Carlin Hardy. She asked one day if she could take these school pictures that we had up here on the wall with the badger den, and she said, "Can I take those and frame them?" Well, we took down a few and gave them to her, and she brought them back shortly, 3 or 4 days. Could I have some more? We took down some more. She came back and had some more, and she's framed them all. So we are thankful for that. Some of those pictures are over 100 years old. One picture's 1904. And then there's another real old one of Corky in his letter jacket. She took all those and framed them. So,
Wasn't
and,
he cute then?
do what?
Wasn't he cute then?
I don't know if that's the right word. Ask his wife. Oh, Lila said yes. Okay. All right. We still have that 3-wheel scooter, brand new scooter. worth $1,800. I can't figure why somebody won't give $550 for it. Unfinished business. Here we are, renewals are coming up on membership. We still need the following yearbooks, 32, 35, 82, 86. We still have Tillman's books for sale. Tillman gave 40 books to the museum. He donated them in appreciation for what we've done for him. And of those 40 books, we've sold right at 20 of them. So we sold about half what he gave us. And of course, that is 100% profit. You know, we sell a t-shirt, we might double our money. We sell a cap, we might double our money. But it's nice when you 100% your money. Book that was free and we can sell it for $23.
I think you're price gouging.
Price gouging me? Just pretend it's Walmart. Pretend it's some of that Chinese crap you're going to buy at Walmart. Jerry!
Say, we're gonna have that, area-wide, Merkel area-wide garden sale 2 weeks, 2 weekends from now.
14th, it's on the 14th.
Call down there and put the chair in there. That'll get people to come out here and look at it.
Oh, okay.
It's the 14th.
Get people out here, won't it?
I don't know, what was they gonna charge?
You can get on the map.
$3?
$5. Yeah, it's $5.
Put the scooter on it.
That's what he's saying.
Yeah, Jerry's saying that might get some people out here to look at the museum.
Sell that chair too.
We took part in that deal one year, but it's too much work. Garage sales are work.
Just that's all you got in it, Joe. You'll be in the paper and they'll come out and look at it.
Yeah, they might look around. Becky, are you volunteering for something? No. Did y'all see Becky volunteering? I saw her hand like this. Oh, Jane said she wasn't volunteering. She must have been telling a story. I was in church Sunday, walked by a couple of guys going like this. I just walked up there beside them and stood like this. I said, I don't know what we're pointing at. One of them slapped me on the shoulder. All right. I haven't done anything yet on the John Glenning-Winkle items out here. The combine, the thrasher. Looks to me like the best bet, and I've talked to our commissioner about it, is going to be when Kyle catches up, whenever someday comes, if that ever happens, for him to go out there and load that on the trailer and haul it into town. And so I guess we'll wait. There's no way we could load it. My tractor won't pick it up. Okay, new business. We need to set a price for homecoming lunch, September 27th. That's nearly here. Last year we served chicken spaghetti for $7. I'm assuming chicken spaghetti again. One thing about staying with chicken spaghetti, we don't compete with the fortnightly and like the X's have barbecue sandwiches Friday night. Fortnightly varies their menu, but I don't feel like they'll ever go to spaghetti as long as we're serving it. So I'm going to just say chicken spaghetti's all right. We do chicken spaghetti, salad, and garlic bread, dessert, and drink. And how about $7? Has anybody got another thought?
Everybody cook our own, or are we gonna impose?
We have not yet talked to our head chef. Last year, our head chef cooked it all.
I know it.
But I have not yet talked to the head chef. If the head chef doesn't want to do it, we'll get her done.
Is that on Saturday?
It's on, well, homecoming is Friday and Saturday, September 26, 27. And you start Friday morning down at Heritage Hall with registration, vote on the kings and queens and all that. Wear your name tag around, brag on the year you graduated, see old friends, eat a barbecue sandwich down there at noon. That helps the Exes Association. And then we had the parade about 2 o'clock. And then everybody's kind of getting visiting more, getting revved up for the football game that night. And then sometimes an old guy named Butch Winter plays at the Capitolium after that. We don't know, he's kind of frail this year. But that's kind of been the project schedule in the past. Then Saturday morning is the athletic deal at the breakfast at the school. And then the next thing is our luncheon at noon. Usually runs like 11:30 to 1, something like that.
You skip the outstanding heads. Don't they do that on Saturday morning?
Yeah, they do that. Y'all have to fill in the blanks. See, I forgot the fortnightly supper too. Y'all got to fill in the blanks. My brain is getting where it skips beats, just like my heart. And sometimes it skips for 10 minutes at least. I'll have a friend walk up and say that old, what's his name? I said, give it 10 minutes, it'll come around. Anyway, fortnightly always has the supper, Methodist church, and then like you say, the outstanding X's and all that at the breakfast. Then our deal, and then it's, I guess you kind of say it's about over, except normally the featured class, which this year would be 64, a lot of times they'll rent the museum that night for a class reunion. Now they didn't do it last year. They came and ate down here with us spaghetti at noon. But did I leave out any more important homecoming events? Oh, what? Oh, the golf tournament. Yeah, I said important event. I've tried hitting that stupid ball and going to chase it. I thought, this is fun. I'd rather be bulldogging a steer. Okay.
I'd rather be getting a root canal.
Oh, no, that is bad. That is horrible.
No.
It's not that fancy.
Yeah, but you're right. They do have the golf tournament.
I've been doing that for a month.
And by the way, Trent has it too.
At the same time,
Trent did it again. They put their homecoming on the same time as ours.
Fred was first.
Merkel did it again. They copied us from Trent. I wish they'd quit doing that.
I do that because it wipes out any kind of scholarships that the Fred wants to get because we can't do it without Merkel. And so,
Yeah, like Carolyn said, it wipes out the scholarships. Carolyn's asked me to drive my police car in the Trent Parade. I'm down here working on spaghetti lunch. So it just doesn't work. I led that parade for several years in my police car until they started putting it on the same day as Merkel. Or Merkel put it on the same day as Trent.
I don't know how it happens.
The school board should be talking to each other.
They don't. You know, there's always been this stupid rivalry. What is Trent-Merkel rivalry?
What's the Merkel and Abilene rivalry?
Yeah, you're right.
There, if Tracy's in town, they could drive the police car and Trent,
He might be here, we'll see.
but he'll be working.
Yeah, he'll be working here.
He'll be making, oh, forget that.
Yeah, we can't run our help off. We are now spoiled by having Dana and Trace down here.
Yes.
I just love to watch it. They just buzz around, work. It's nice to sit back and watch it.
Tracy's in school for, what, 6 weeks?
6 weeks. Yeah, he'll be out by homecoming. He went to corrections school. He'll be working out of one of the prisons. He said he's probably going to pick the prison at Snyder. They give a big sign-on bonus and let you work 100 hours a week if you want to with overtime. So he's probably going to pick that one. But anyway, he hasn't decided yet.
My daughter's been working some overtime with that unit. Their overtime is really nice.
Is that Abilene or?
Now, she works for Middleton and she works overtime at Snyder.
Okay. Well, Snyder is shorthanded, Colorado City is shorthanded. All right, next item. $7 was all right with everybody? I didn't hear anything different.
What do you
Okay.
think we could get more than that?
Y'all tell me, chicken spaghetti, that's not a big, but Lila does put a lot of chicken in that baby.
I think 8 would work.
How about 10?
No, y'all, this is fun.
Yeah,
Pay more for fun.
but Merkel people are different. The X's keep it going. Yeah. All right, we're fixing to vote. How many want to leave it at 7? How many want to raise it to 8? How many want to leave it at 7? How many want to raise it to 8?
Alright, we're gonna have to count. Do it again.
All right, I'm pretty sure 8 won, but leave 8 up.
That's too hard to make change.
Round on 10.
Is that a majority?
Hey.
All right, 7. Let me see 7 again. Some of the 7's backed out.
7.
Okay, 8 barely wins. Thank y'all. 8 barely won. Now y'all probably are wondering why we're doing this so early. The X's will be doing their little mail out before long, and they're going to want to advertise our, it'll cost us like $70 or something, but they're going to want to do we used to go partners with Fortnightly. They're going to want to get the advertising out there. So that's why we're doing this so early. Normally, I prefer that we do give $1 or $2 discount and sell them early, but I don't like that as much on the homecoming, because then we're going to be losing a couple of bucks down at Heritage where most of those tickets are going to be sold. And like Lila says, the X's are going to buy them anyway. But y'all got as much of an opinion as I got. How many of you want to give it a discount for buying them early?
I would if you're at $10. You're gonna charge $10 at the door, buy them early for 8.
Yeah, because they have a bailout.
Yeah. We don't get a lot of response off of it. Okay. And y'all give a discount or not? Okay, then you can say it's not worth it. They'll sell more tickets in advance than we will because they give a discount. But Lila says they don't sell many in advance, so it's not worth it. I'll tell you where we're going to sell them, down at Heritage Hall that Friday morning. And as it gets closer, we'll get some volunteers lined up. Any more on that before we move on to the next item? All right, the EDC has received a complaint on the museum. The Fortnightly Club recently rented our building for their scholarship presentations. Someone went down and complained to the EDC and complained to the mayor that the museum was forcing people to sign our book so we could count their numbers for the EDC count. I can tell y'all that did not happen. We've got several ladies who are in the Fortnightly and the museum, and thinking nothing about it, brought our book in here, we're letting people sign both. Some hardhead went down and complained about it. Tattletale nothing, I got another name for them. But we won't put it in the paper. Yeah, that's petty. All they had to do was tell the lady, I would prefer not to sign that one, thank you.
I can't imagine
Walmart's not going to help her. It's going to shut down some businesses.
Let's not go there.
I know I'm in a minority, but y'all watch and see. It happened in Breckenridge.
If they pick to have the thing here, why would they have an issue in helping support museum? Doesn't make sense.
Now the fortnightly has always supported the museum. But
They're just saying that, from what I understand, they're just saying they didn't come to tour the museum. And the EDC was giving us the money for the people coming to tour the museum. And that's
where the problem
where the
came.
problem came.
And see, some of these people that came to the fortnightly deal, some of them were from Thai. They have nothing to do with this
They just
museum.
came straight in here.
Yeah, walked in, went through the program, got up, made their little speeches, and left.
But you know, a lot of people that do come for a party or an organization also wander through the museum. So,
If they don't want to sign the book, they have to wear a blindfold. From the door into the chair, knee, get out.
Okay. I like that idea. Yeah.
You'll be in charge of that.
Yeah.
And I'm also taking contracts at a discount on letters.
Oh. Boy, times are going to change. One more, what I would suggest we do from now on, say the fortnightly rents it and 40 people come, just write 40 people in our book, fortnightly 40. We don't have to make people mad. No. All we need is a number.
Well, there was one person out of 40 that, or 60, you ever had that complaint. One hardly counted.
One shorehead.
And you go ahead and talk about them because they're not here.
Oh, they may be.
They don't like a few of them, so they're not here.
For those of you that aren't in on it, they're talking about the Merkel soreheads. I would tell them that the soreheads are down at Stanton. This is Merkel. We have a few? Okay, Pat said we have a few. Carolyn, you don't have to talk about me like that. All right. Yeah, there you go. All right, we are over time and Corky didn't ring the bell. Floor is open for business. Carolyn.
Well, I was just wanting to invite everybody to my house on June 20th, because my mother's 90th birthday is that day. And so if you want to come, you do come. It'll be at, well, I don't know what time it is.
You can put them to work if they show up.
Okay, this will be on June 20th. Is that Saturday?
Right.
That's on a Friday. Ida Mae's 90th birthday. And I'm sure she'd enjoy having a card from you.
Even if you can't come, if you know her, send her a card, because she just looks at those cards and stands them up in her living room and brags on them.
You still carrying a big ruler?
Oh, what is that, electric pen?
All right, next item. No more business?
Well, I was gonna ask if I can get our oldest son to come down and he always tries to come to homecoming, though he didn't graduate from here. He's carried on the rolls as a graduate. We moved when he was 2. He was 3.
He loves
He is a fabulous musician and a fabulous voice, and if he's coming in, I would volunteer us to play for the spaghetti dinner.
How do y'all feel about that? All right, pretty positive. Yeah, it would be well received. All right, let's look forward to that if he can get here. That'll give him a little more incentive too to get here.
I'll carry your equipment.
Oh my, Nancy's gonna carry the equipment.
Well, my back, I can't pick the amp up anyway, so she has to carry it. Been getting by with that for 10 years.
Good story.
How much longer can you fake it?
Till she can't pick it up anymore.
Okay. And then he's got the Higgins boy waiting in the wings to help him.
Yeah.
If y'all don't understand that, the last gig he had down here, he recruited Higgins to carry his stuff out for him. That worked out well. We like to see Higgins made useful.
I would still be walking in a circle looking at things and had to come over there and start tearing everything down.
Okay, anything else? Thank y'all very much. July 1 is the next meeting. July 1.